Hey YouTube, so in today's episode, I'm going to do a knife comparison. This knife, the brand is called Benchmade, and this model right here is the Benchmade 162 Sebert series. What's special about this knife is that it is a S30V knife. What that entails is that S30V is a type of metal, a special metal, CPM S30V. It's a pretty tough metal. It's pretty good with resisting rust, corrosion, and the edge is pretty good. It's better than the D2. If you know anything about knife, D2 is pretty stout regarding edge retention, but the S30 here will beat the D2. So this is a Benchmade knife here, and again it is a Sebert series USA. And so I just got it off my mailbox, and I'm gonna do a comparison this bad boy against my two Cold Steel, the Master Hunter and the Outdoorsman, and a cheapo Chinese real steel knife. This is Scandi Grind. So this is very good if you're gonna work with wood. Very good. I've used it on wood. You can tell here I've resharpened the blade already. Super durable, super nice. So let's talk about ergonomics and compare it to the other knives. So I can tell you right off the bat that to me the handle here is sort of clumsy. It's not really ergonomic. I can tell you here where you would usually choke on the knife, this part, the guard here, it's pretty, how do I say? The guard here is kind of edgy. It's not really friendly to the hold, to my finger here. I know you're not supposed to hold a knife right here, but anyway, to me, it feels very clumsy to me, right? And then the curvature of the end here, of the tang here, I don't like that. It restricts my my hold. Maybe it's because I'm not used to it, but I can tell you here, it just, I feel like I'm holding a square wooden block. It's just not friendly to the hold. Maybe that's just my bias, but I don't know what the scale here is. It feels sort of like wood, but it's not. It feels like it's G10, but it's pretty thick. Okay, and overall it looks really nice. Okay, you can see the handle here. It's nicely made. It's kind of edgy at the end here, edgy right here, edgy right here, and to me it's just not friendly to the hand. That's just my bias. But okay, so if I were to skin a deer with this would be a good knife to hold. Okay, holding it like this, holding it like this is pretty good. If I were to do field dressing, if I were to skin a deer or a bear, this is pretty good. So I'm going to compare it to my Master Hunter. I've had this for a long time, and you can see here the edge is not stock anymore. I've put a 20-degree grind on it, and the metal here is AUS 6 or AUS 8, I forget. But this is a pretty good knife, holds its edge pretty nicely. It's scary sharp right now. This knife isn't the best looking knife, but the Kraton handle here makes it really friendly to hold, especially when it's wet with blood. It doesn't slip. So the guard here, it's very friendly to your hand. Again, I might be biased, but it's really ergonomically friendly. Whereas this right here, it feels to me like it's very, very clumsy. Okay. And I could feel that this thing is digging into my hand. As soon as I hold it, it digs this corner right here and this corner here as well. I wish they would oval this up or touch this so that it's not so grindy or edgy. Here as well. When I hold into this, if my finger were to if my finger were to slip down a little bit, I could feel this thing biting my pinky here. Okay, so compared to my Outdoorsman, this is a Cold Steel Outdoorsman. I've used this thing for a very long time now. It's very good. This is for breaking bones. But other than that, I put an edge here. It's no longer the same edge. I put an edge here. It's pretty sharp. This comes in VG1. You can see here it says semi. This is VG1 steel with 420 on the outside and here as well. And you can see the semi line right here. You can barely see it. But overall, this is really, really friendly, ergonomically friendly to the hold. There's nothing bad about this. You can work hard on this and it will not hurt your hand. Okay. So here as well, it's really super friendly on your hand. So this is a D2 steel, real steel, made, I think it's made in China, and it's got Scandi grind. You can see here, it's not the original edge anymore. I've sharpened it. It is also scary, scary sharp. But the handle, I think it looks like it's made out of the same material, G10. But the handle here, the way it's grinded or shaped, it's really, really ergonomically friendly. Yeah, you won't have any warm spot when you use this. I've used this to skin cow with it, and it was really nice. I didn't have any hot spot on my hand on the handle here, but I can tell you by holding this, I will get a lot of hot spot right here. Okay, and I'll get a lot of hot spot right here and right here as well, because this thing is just like holding a wooden block. There's nothing friendly about this handle. So this is the Benchmade 162 Sebert design. I don't know how people would use this because to me it's just not friendly. I can see people holding it like this to skin deer or bear with this as a field knife. But overall, between this one and this one is more rust resistant than this one, and this one will hold the edge longer than this one, being that this one is a D2 steel and this one is an S30V steel. So they say beggars can't be choosers when you order this knife, because this is how it's designed. But what you can choose is you can choose not to buy a knife like this if this review makes any sense. I'm just not happy with the design here. Well, I can tell you, nobody is asking me to do anything like this, make a review like this. Nobody's paying me to do this. I'm just letting you know, if you ponder upon this video, so that you know what to expect from a knife like this. I don't know if it's my bias, but I'll have to work on an animal to find out how ergonomically friendly this knife is. For sure, this knife will hold its edge better than the D2 steel. And then the VG1 steel and the AUS 6 or AUS 8 steel here. But ergonomically, it's not as friendly. Well, let me know what your thoughts are. This is the Benchmade 162 Sebert series in S30V. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys.